Hello, long time no see. It's been a long time since we have chatted together about new makeup releases. So, yeah, I'm inspired to share with you my thoughts. Some things have already been released, other things are going to be released soon. I would like to start with Dior. And I think that Dior collection, the spring collection, is already available for purchase. And I will refer to the Instagram accounts at the top of these pictures, and I will have the full list of these Instagram accounts in my description box. Let's talk about this Dior collection. There are two palettes, one highlighter and another glow liquid product and gloss, I think. I'm mostly interested in the two palettes, but for me they are a pass. Although I like the color scheme with the green. To me is kind of a combo of spring and fall because there's a green, kind of a sage green, but there's also mustard and brown, and that is more autumn kind of. But I have purchased my Miss Dior palette with the sage green, so I'm totally satisfied when it comes to that color. It's still a Dior formula is not my favorite. There are hit and misses. This is the talc-free formula, that has been around already for 2 years from Dior. Not a favorite of mine. So whenever I buy Dior palettes, it's just because the colors are unique. But the only unique color there is that sage green that I already have in Dior. So I'm totally satisfied this time. I think the overall color story of this palette, the new spring palette, with the green, is better compared to that Miss Dior one. Because at least here, there's also that mustard color and the brown. So it may be more versatile than that other one. But since I have already that palette, I don't need another one. So for me, it's a pass. And when it comes to the highlighter is nice because it has that pink base with bluish, looks like a bluish shimmer on top. You will only see the shimmer on top. And that base color will blend with your skin tone. That is my guess, but of course, to confirm this, we need to wait for the usual reviews. And when it comes to the other products, liquid products, yeah, I have similar things in my collection, not a fan. So I'm safe here, no Dior spring. Also, spoiler, I'm gonna start a project. It's not a no buy, it's kind of a low buy, but in a new way. So I'm very excited to share with you the details. And I think once I'm back from my vacation, maybe I will dedicate proper time to explain the details of that. But the B.O.B. mindset is definitely helping with that project. A Chanel release that I will not show to you for copyright reason, but I think I can show these watches. They can be whatever, right? I don't confirm is the new blush palette, but it may be close to that. You can see it everywhere on Instagram, especially if you check those Asian pages of new releases. I have to say it is warmer than I had anticipated, but I think this time I will pick it up because anyway, is kind of muted on the mauvish side. I think it will be a great addition to my collection. I would like to try the formula, and I'm very curious to compare this formula to the Hourglass formula that is one of my favorites, if not my absolute favorite when it comes to face powders. That terracotta shade is, I don't think I will ever use it, but is one of the few things that is on my wish list. And I think I'm going to buy it. This is the new collection by Givenchy. I don't know if the palette is here because, they just wanted to put something related to spring. This is a palette that I showed you in my previous video. You can watch the video about Silky Eyes, for example, and other recent videos where I showed the palette. But is a palette released by Givenchy for spring 2025. Last year, spring. Since this palette is here, it may be re-promoted this year as well. Not sure about this, but if it is re-promoted, it is a nice palette. My favorite is still the 9.12, the more neutral palette. The problem with this palette here is the middle shades. that middle row with oranges. And so those are shades that I never touch. It's a lovely palette. I recommend it in terms of formula. The color story is very personal. This is a very light palette. Personally, I love my permanent palette 9.12. That is perfection for me. All the rest is a no. I mean, I don't see what are these. Looks like correctors. I tend not to use these because I can see the colors. It's not what professional makeup artists do when it comes to color correcting. So everything is a pass for me. This one by Yves Saint Laurent, if you see the swatches, it looks like a trio more than a quad. I still don't understand why those brands can afford to have such a waste of pens by releasing two identical colors in a quad. I mean, it's already a quad with only 4 shades. Why releasing 2 colors that are almost identical? This color story tends to age me. These are perfect. I love these on medium warm skin tones, but on fair light with cool undertones like mine is a no. I don't like it personally on me. So this is a pass. Amit Beauty Talk with the Guerlain collection, spring collection. Well, the palette is not hard gelée, is the usual reformulated Guerlain. All the rest is quite standard. The packaging is pretty, but should I have to buy something for plastic outside with something that expires inside? I can replicate this within my Guerlain collection. Nothing new here. It's a no. New Valentino blushes. I may have something like the 100R Stand Out in Nude. That is interesting because it is kind of a lilac. Not sure if I will purchase though. I may go for something similar, but in the Flower Nose range. And they have similar colors to these ones, so I may go for those instead of Valentino. But I still have to clarify what I would like to have, or if I'm totally fine with what I already have, especially because I'm bringing in the Chanel new blushes. So I don't want to be overwhelmed by new identical purchases. So this may be a pass. The Natasha Denona Mini Eye Sculpt Cool Toned Eye Palette. I mean, it's a bit late to the party. I have many taupe palettes. I've been looking for them for years and they have been released all at once. What I'm skeptical about is mainly the flat finish. They're all matte. I mean, I get the point. This should be a companion palette. But to be honest, these colors, I already have these colors at this point. Nothing new, revolutionary. I don't particularly like the Natasha Denona matte formula. I mean, whatever formula, to be honest. I have my favorites in other brands, and there's no reason I would reach for this palette compared to what I already have. My personal favorite is the Byredo Bibliophilia palette. That one, I think, has these colors in multiple finishes. I mean, if I think about a set of light taupes, I think about that palette. To me, that is my ultimate palette. You can check my review and ranking of the best neutral palettes in my collection, and that one is my favorite. So at this point, I don't need another, grayish neutral palette because I have that one and has a lovely satiny quality, and I much prefer that one compared to flat mattes like these in Natasha Denona. So if this was released a couple of years ago, I would have picked it up and would have been my perfect small travel-friendly taupe palette, but I have alternatives and therefore I'm totally fine without it. That's it for today. More video to come. Subscribe to my channel and see you next time. Bye!